Hi, it's Luka, and like everyone else, I'm also obsessed with Heartstopper at the moment. It's pretty much my new favorite TV show at the moment for a lot of reasons. Seriously, it probably has the best representation of LGBT characters in a TV show ever, and I'm just so happy about that. But aside from that, it's also really sweet and wholesome, and the story is really cute, and all the characters are so goddamn relatable. I mean, almost all the characters. I'm not quite sure if I can relate to the homophobic bullies, but everyone else is like so cool, and the music is so good, and the whole like cinematography, like it makes you feel things. In fact, I like the show so much that I watched it twice, and I know people have watched it 10 times. I've seen your TikToks, but I usually never watch anything twice because I think it's boring, so it means something. The purpose of this video is of course not just to praise Heartstopper. I mean, you guys have probably seen it already anyways, and if not, you seriously have some catching up to do. I mean it, go watch it right now! So I wanted to make this video to kind of break down what makes all the characters so relatable. At least to me, maybe to you guys as well. We're just gonna go through all the characters now, and yeah, that's it. Let's go. Let's start with Charlie, because I think he was the character that triggered me the most, because he reminded me a lot of what I was like when I was just starting to feel comfortable with my sexuality. Every time he apologized for something, or he felt guilty for being gay or being a burden on other people, I just wanted to slap him and just shake him and be like, stop it, Charlie, you're allowed to take up space, you're allowed to go after the things that you want, and you don't have to feel guilty for any of that. And I mean, Charlie is gay and he feels pretty comfortable about being gay, but then he also feels like that the fact that he is gay is making life harder for other people as well, and he feels really guilty about that. And that's kind of how I used to feel about being trans. I've kind of started accepting myself and feeling okay about being trans, but then at the same time, I didn't want to come out because I didn't want to complicate things for other people. It was so hard for me to ask for just like the slightest favors, even though literally the only thing people had to do was use a different name and pronouns for me. But for some reason, I felt like I was asking them to sacrifice their firstborn child for me. Yeah, asking other people for help is not a thing that comes very natural to me. But yeah, Charlie, very much relatable, very much me in the past and still me to this day sometimes. I mean, there are always so many things you can still work on. Cool. Let's continue with Nick Nelson. First of all, that's such a cool name, like, well done. I can relate to Nick because he is bisexual and I am also bisexual. And I think it was really important that they made his character bisexual, because I guess for his relationship with Charlie, it doesn't really matter if he's bisexual or he's gay or whatever. But just to understand his character more, I think it's very important that they focused on his coming out experience as bisexual. There aren't really many bisexual characters in movies or TV shows. And of course, I mean, there aren't many queer people in general. But I feel like bisexual people still face a lot of prejudice, especially also from the queer community itself. Sometimes gay people see you as not gay enough, and then straight people see you as like not straight enough. That's stupid, of course, and most people I meet in real life are not like that, but sometimes people are like that, and that sucks. It was kind of cool to have like Charlie on the one hand, who is like 100% sure he's gay already and he's come out and everything, and then we have Nick, who kind of starts questioning his own sexuality, and then over the course of the TV show he realizes, okay, yeah, I am bisexual. And it's just so realistic, like when he took those stupid am I gay quizzes, like seriously, we have all been there. We have taken those quizzes even though we knew that they didn't mean anything. And the amount of times I typed how to know if you're gay or bi or trans into Google or YouTube, that was just, yeah, I've definitely been there. What's also nice about Nick is that he likes sports, and obviously queer people can be good at sports, but there's still this stereotype sometimes that queer people can't be good at sports, which is ridiculous, of course. I really love sports. What I hate about sports is this whole like bro culture behind it. Overall, it was really cool to see Nick find himself more. One time he said something like, oh, do you feel like sometimes you do something not because you want to, but because all the other people are doing it? And I feel like that's something everyone can relate to. We all want to fit in and be liked by other people, so sometimes we try too hard, and in that process we forget what we actually want and who we actually want to be. Literally me as a teenager all the damn time. Then we have Elle, and she's probably my favorite character just because she's trans and I'm trans, and it's so cool that there's a trans character. Not just a trans character, but a trans character whose whole personality doesn't revolve around her being trans. She has her own personality and her own storyline that has nothing to do with her being trans, and that's just so nice to see. I honestly think I've never seen a character like that on TV before. So yeah, pretty groundbreaking stuff, and I'm just so happy about it. She's just such a sweet person, and she's always there for her friends, and she's always listening to everyone's problems, and she just started at the new school and she's really nervous to make friends, and I think we've all been there. I used to be very shy and just scared to go up to people, and it would always take me a really long time to start opening up to people because I was I don't know, I was just scared, and still to this day I don't open up to new people very easily. I'm not as shy anymore and all of that, but it's still so relatable. And I just love how they never explicitly mentioned that she's trans. They just hint at it by saying that she used to go to their school, and obviously that's an all-boys school, so you can kind of guess. I've made a TikTok about this already, and I've seen people comment stuff like, I actually didn't realize she was trans until super late into the show, and some people said they didn't realize at all until they saw a TikTok about it. So I thought that was really cool how they didn't make it into a big deal that she is trans. There's no awkwardness about it, there's no dead naming. Like, even Tao's mom treats her as if she's always been Elle. Tao can have a crush on her and nobody's questioning his straightness. All these little things just make it really cool and really authentic in my opinion. And finally we have my boy Tao. I would love to be friends with him in real life just because I feel like he's that kind of person who always has your back no matter what. And oh my god, his constant fear of abandonment and people changing is so relatable. I feel like he just verbalizes what I would be thinking. I think we have very similar thoughts. Like, I'm also afraid when things are changing and I'm scared people don't want to be friends with me anymore. But I think I just think these things for myself, and then I'm like, no Luka, stop thinking that, no. And he's just very upfront about it, which I hate and admire at the same time. Part of me wants to be like, Tao, relax, they're still gonna love you, they're your friends, it's okay. But another part of me is like, yes, go for it, they need to know how you're feeling. There are a lot more characters in the show who are really cool and really relatable, but I don't have time anymore. Let me know which character was your favorite from Heartstopper, or which character was the most relatable to you. Maybe I'm just gonna watch it a third time, just for research purposes. Anyways, I hope you have a good day and see you next week. Bye!